up, YouTube? Tube. So basically, if you've been wanting to get into the model scene, you want to get signed, you don't know where to start, this video's for you. I feel like the goal for this video is to kind of break down, you know, how I got signed, what agencies are looking for right now, and the biggest mistakes I made as a model or trying to become a model. Starting off with my section 1, what are agencies even looking for in a model, bro? Like, what are they looking for? This is a very, very broad question. It depends on the agency, it depends on the agent, and it depends on what you are wanting to do with your line of work. There's a lot of different types of modeling. There's high fashion, there's that beauty, commercial, there's curve, there's fitness, there's a lot of different realms. When I first decided that I really wanted to model, I never wanted to group myself into a certain like little niche. I kind of wanted to try everything out, which I feel like I have these past like 2 years. So do I have favorites? Yes, but am I just a runway model? Am I just a commercial model? No, babe. I'm the whole truth. But just know that there are sections, like if you feel like you don't fit a model look, you're probably thinking of high fashion and editorial type of vibe, and that's not even where the bank is. That's not even where the bank is, for real. So just tune in a little bit. I feel like a lot of people have like this thought in their head that models need to be super tall and models need to be super skinny. Wrong and wrong. Wrong and wrong. One of the biggest hair campaigns I ever booked, the girl right next to me, 4'11" girl. 4'11". Face card, so fucking insane. Face card, so fucking beautiful. Doesn't matter how tall you are, how big you are, how small you are, how short you are. If you're that girl, you're that girl, okay? If you are marketable, you have something visually and capturing about you, you're good to go, babe. If anything, becoming a model in 2026, this is the most diverse and inclusive the modeling industry has ever been, point blank period, okay? I will say something I think that my agents kind of looked out for when they were signing me. I feel like my agent, it was important that I was educated, first of all. So if you are applying to an agency, how about let's do some research on it? One of the first things I think my agent asked me when I was able to obtain a meeting with him was like, what do you know about Q models? Like, what do you know about the brand? Like, so I can fill you in. Oh, babe, I researched it. Oh, I know. I think it's a certain level of respect towards agents. Like, hey, I'm not just spitballing. Like, I know about your agency. I'm interested. So do a little research. For example, I know this one model, never got his name really, came into our agency and he was asking for a different agency. He was like, is this blah, blah, blah? We're going to call it, is this Von Dutch agency? Me and my agent are looking like, no, this is not Von Dutch agency. Like, did you read the sign in the front door? Like, this is not Von Dutch agency. His mother agent had sent him to all of like these meetings with all of these agencies, and he just wasn't coming into an agency meeting and being like, is this a different agency?
That ain't gonna work. Yeah.
You're not making a good impression. Impressions are so important. So just do a little research before you're going into meetings or anything, but you're like, Devin, I haven't obtained a meeting. I'm getting there. Another thing that I think that agencies might look for is your confidence behind a camera. I'm going to get into this, but a portfolio is pretty important to have, especially if you want to get booked as a model. If you want this to even become a job for you, you need a portfolio. You need to have the test shoots. I'm going to get into all that shebang, okay? I'm going to get into all of it. And of course, I mean, this is even when I tell my sister, because she's also trying to get into modeling right now, your confidence behind the camera builds as you shoot. The more you shoot, the more confidence you will have with that camera. I'm gonna need you to scroll through Pinterest, and I'm gonna need you to practice in a mirror. I'm gonna need you to get up. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. If you wanna, you'll do it. Practice in the mirror. Practice your freaking posing in the mirror. See what looks good on your body. See what doesn't. Like, that's how you're gonna build your portfolio. Facial expressions, body movement. If you're looking to do runway, I'll maybe get into that for a whole nother video, because the requirements that I'm saying right now do differ a little bit, but this is just signing to an agency. This is just an intro of like, how do I start out applying myself to agencies? What do I need to know? If y'all are wanting a video on like what exactly each division is and like what are the benefits from it, what are the costs, what are you making from these, like I can do that, That's gonna be a whole nother video because I'm not even halfway through this one. I'm gonna move on to section 2, and we're just gonna get into submitting to agencies. Now, before we even talk about submitting, bro, I'm gonna suggest 2 things, all right? Your portfolio and having a nice Instagram. No lie, bro. I was very lucky because even in my portfolio, like I had developed my portfolio for about 6 months, and my agent still hated it. And he said that dada man to my face, bro. He was like, yeah, I don't like your portfolio at all. But I like your look, so like I'll sign you. And I was like, but a portfolio is really important because it portrays your confidence in your photos, and it also portrays what you want to do in your modeling career. You want to do gym stuff? There better be some athleisure in your portfolio. Oh, you want to do a beauty campaign? That's really interesting. Why is there no skincare applying photo in your portfolio? You know what I mean? It's not necessary. Like, it's not like if you don't make a portfolio, you're never getting signed. That's not really the case with everybody. But when you do get signed, it is so helpful for the clients that your agency has to be able to see what type of photos you can really come out with. It's just really helpful for the client. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're building your portfolio. Not everything has to be this super high fashion editorial thing. It might be different if you're in New York, you're going after that like high fashion type of stuff, but like just be very mindful that what you're putting into your portfolio could portray the work that you're getting into the new year. That's kind of the goal with the portfolio, is what I was told from like other people. Devin, why'd you bring up social media? Why'd you bring up Instagram? A lot of these online submissions that you do, they will ask you to put in your socials. They will. They want to see your personality. They also want to see how you portray yourself. All I'm saying is like, in your Instagram and whatnot, normalize a few photos being no makeup, no whatever, because that is prime you. And that's the mentality you have to start shifting into when you start modeling. Don't go to these castings in a full beat. Don't go to agency meetings in a full beat. That kind of ties into what I'm about to talk about next when it comes to submitting to agencies. Digitals. You can't do the most. Like the makeup I have on right now, this is too much. This is too much makeup to go on digitals. Lips, too much. Lashes. Your mascara does not need to be this long. I'm reaching at this point. Eyeliner, get rid of it. Filled in eyebrows, not necessary. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not that you can't wear makeup, but it's like no makeup. Makeup where it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. And if you're not good at doing makeup where it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, then don't do the makeup, bro. Don't do the makeup. Open castings in LA when I was going unsigned, there were so many people going in a full beat. Lashes on? Babe, you can't. You can't. And if you want to be that type of model, you gotta go to the IG, babe. That's an IG baddie model. There's a difference. And that's okay. IG baddies are fucking IG baddies. They're big baddie boo. But if you aren't comfortable with taking those lashes off, that lip combo off, especially with social media popping off so intensely, has trained your brain to think you look better with lashes. Has trained your brain to think like, oh, you need your eyebrows filled in, you need a lip blush, you need lip plumper, blah, blah, blah. Social media has literally trained your brain to look like that. Modeling doesn't think like that. When you're taking your digitals, little to no makeup, I'm talking a little bit of concealer, maybe a dot of blush or bronzer. Curl your lashes and put some lip balm on. You put some lip balm on. That's like all you have to really work with, to be honest. But that's okay. It's fine because you're a baddie. You're beautiful. You're perfect. And that's something you get used to. I feel like this is something that I struggled with because I used to wear, like, if you know me, I used to wear lashes so much. Like, I got the extension lashes. I do the strip lashes. I do the clusters. Like, I was a lash girl through and through. So it took me a while to kind of rebuild my confidence when I was taking that off. And, like, every single shoot I'm booked for, they never put that much mascara on me. And I'm like... in my head, I'm like, this looks so much better, but that's not what they're looking for, and that's the tea. So as much as you want to be a makeup guru, don't. they're only looking for you. They're only looking for you, girl. So digitals, little to no makeup. Hair, natural form. If you got some curls like me, oh, the bigger the better, babe. Those white clients eat that shit up. They're like, whoa, oh my God, your hair is so fluffy. Like, you wake up like this. That's another thing. If you have curly hair, prepare to actually fight some battles for yourself for the first time in your fucking life. Prepare to be able to say no to people. I was so scared. I'll get into that in a second. You want your clothing to be pretty tight. Either an all black outfit or a white shirt with blue jeans or a black shirt with blue jeans. Or I personally like submitting with skirts because my agent is like, show your legs off, show your legs off, show your legs off. I'm like, okay, so you think I have great legs? Bow. Bow. Thank you. So sometimes I'll bring the skirt out, but I do live in New York, so it's not too often because I'm cold majority of the time. So yeah, pretty basic. Keep the jewelry to a minimum. Like this, I'd probably take like this off. Maybe just keep this on. Earrings are chill. And if you're thinking of getting like more piercings or tattoos, hold off on that until you get signed. Not to say that you can't have tattoos, again. It's just it's a niche type of modeling. So like, while some agencies could reject you and be like, you have way too many tattoos, you have way too many piercings, another agency will absolutely sign you because you're so niche, you're edgy. No, you are edgy. Like, you're like, oh my God, I can never model, I have too much. There are models that are fully booked down in tattoos, but you are niche. You become an edgy thing, and if someone doesn't want edgy, they aren't gonna want you, type shit. That's a tough thing about this. A lot of my model friends like have tattoos. And like, if they're dainty, if they're a little small, they can cover it up. It's no big deal. Especially if they're in a place, if you want another tattoo, just get it in a place where clothes are typically covering. Wow, get on your ass cheek and move on. Like, what the fuck? Also for your digitals, listen girl, I know you're ready to pose. I know you're ready to get down. Let's like keep it chill though, okay? Your digitals, you're literally standing straight up. Pop those collarbones out. You're doing your profiles. And maybe do a smiling one and like one posing photo. But like your digitals are like, it's supposed to be your biggest blank slate. Like, what can we do? It's supposed to be the canvas to everybody else's imagination. That is a fucking great way to put it, Devin. Literally put that in a fucking book. Just keep it very natural, all right? When you are submitting, submit to 10 agencies minimum. Devin, that's so much. Like, that's a lot of agencies. Yeah, because not everyone's gonna like you. Really look up like 10 best agencies in my city. It's very nice to work local, but the main cities that I feel like are really good to work in is New York, LA, maybe Chicago, and Miami if you want to do swim, but girl, that's not even in this video. But yeah, you're gonna want to submit to at least 10 agencies if you're really, really looking to get signed. And do your research on these agencies, obviously, like I told you in the beginning of this video. I think a really great thing to do if you're really invested in finding the perfect agency for you, you can submit to all these agencies. When you click on their website, go to women's or go to men's and look up some of the people on their roster. DM them. They're normal fucking people. DM them asking, hey, what do you think about your agency? And they'll be fucking honest. Like, if a model doesn't like their agent, ooh, they'll fucking tell you. The only thing is, will they respond? But like, it doesn't hurt anybody. Because you really do have to be careful about some of these agencies. Like, some of my friends do not like some of their agencies, and the contracts are so long that you just gotta be really careful. But I'm gonna get into that next. Listen, you're submitting to all of these agencies. Rejection is so normal, and that's something that you really will touch a thicker skin when it comes to rejection in the modeling industry, because girl, you get rejected for everything. Like, don't even get me wrong, like, I worked with so many fucking cool brands, but I guarantee I've got rejected by more. Literally everyone in this industry is a bad bitch. A baddie. A big baddie. So normalize rejection. and normalize it not hurting your feelings or shutting you off. Here is a little example. You submit online to an agency, they get back to you 2 weeks. They're like, I'm kind of interested. Send over your measurements. If you have a portfolio, and maybe we'll do a Zoom call. You send it over. You do a Zoom call. They're like, yeah, no, this is just like not gonna work. That doesn't mean you can't fucking model. It just means it's not gonna work with them. Like, the opportunity at the end of the day is still yours. Like, they just didn't get it, and that's okay. I got rejected by Storm, and I got rejected by Next, I think. And I literally have a global commercial right now that's been playing for the past year. I do beauty campaigns once a month, but I got rejected because I wasn't their fit. Well, goodbye. That's a mentality you have to keep. You are going to get rejected. That is a part of this job. You really got to think of it as a test. Like, New York Fashion Week, even worse, bro. When it comes to rejection, I'm sorry. I'm going to like 20 castings in a month to book one job for the week, and it pay $300. Yikes. I think my first fashion week, my feelings were so freaking hurt, and I was like, I just really didn't book anything. Now every time I go on a fashion week, I'm like, oh my god. Actually, get out of my face. Yeah, measure my waist and say something.
Oh my god.
I dare you. Don't fret about rejection. Don't take it personally, because at the end of the day, you're that girl. That's the mentality you actually have to have. You're actually that bitch. Giving y'all this advice, yada yada yada. You're like, Devin, you have a social media following. It was easier for you. Okay, I 1000% see where you're coming from. And I'm just gonna be honest. We're gonna have some real honest talk here. Did I get scouted for modeling based off my social media? Yes. But back in 2021, I got scouted as a talent, not a model, and this is the tea. The way that I'm signed now to this day, I was not scouted. I literally this whole thing that I'm breaking down to you, I did that on my own, and that's how I got signed. But the first 2 times it was Wilhelmina Fitness and Sports, but at that time they had like an agent that my social media agent had like warned me about, because she works with other, it was a whole thing. I'm pretty sure I was gonna sign with One Management New York. I just remember the dude, literally the sweetest dude ever. Actually, no beef with him at all, because the person I met in One Management New York, I think it was One Management, I don't know, but he was so nice. The contract that they had sent was either you can sign as a model and sign all your social media over to us, or not sign at all. And I was like, wait. I was just not really willing to discontinue with my social media manager, because I really did consider her like family, and like she actually supported me through really big struggles of my life, and like was there for me in every single way that she absolutely did not have to be. But so I was just not really comfortable with like giving that up, and I was just like, we just have such a good relationship. I'm not really comfortable, even though modeling is my dream. And then after that, I was just social media guru, fucking hopping around Arizona back and forth, freaking getting my own apartment, trailer house, all this stuff, like just all over the place. I'm sure that there is a great way to go about it with a social media following to get signed, but it just didn't work out for me in the way that I wanted it to. But when it comes to clients booking me and stuff like that, does social media help or does it not? Yes and no. Because I'm signed as a model and my agency is not allowed to have any type of control over my social media, they don't submit me as a talent. They don't submit me, like if I was a talent too, my rate would be large. But I'm not. I'm just a model. So like with my agent, I don't make a extra amount of money because I don't even post the work I'm doing. Like I'm not promoting the work that I'm doing. I'm just being a freaking model, and I'm trying to be marketable for your products and stuff. But there have been a few occasions where they wanted me as social and model. Like Converse, I did a social media deal with them and I did a modeling deal. Like I'm in malls right now for Converse and Journeys. But on the other side, like they hit up my social media manager because they wanted me to make a video. And like I worked with Converse before the social media thing, and that rate was not fat. That rate was not fat. But did I post about it? Did I do any promoting for their product?
No.
So it just kind it depends, honestly. It really does. I will say though, I'm sure it helps if like you go to a casting and if they ask for your Instagram. Oh my god, a following is so a thou gonna help if they ask. But I think that's only happened at like 2 castings that I've been to, so I'm not really fretting over it. Like, having a big following is so not necessary to become successful as a model. I just think that clients and agents and literally everybody in the mix will look at your Instagram. Even when you're on set, everyone's following everyone. Everyone will look at your Instagram. Have a cute, presentable Instagram. Put an effort to everything that you're doing when it comes to anything that has to do with your appearance and how you're presenting yourself. Another thing with submitting to agencies, this is something that I kind of skipped in a way that I think could be beneficial to people that are just starting, and is normally the way you just start, is finding a mother agency. Okay, Devin, what's the difference between a mother agency and the direct agency that you have? A mother agency is an agent that represents you as a person and has connects to submit you to agencies, maybe a few jobs here and there, and a mother agency is like everywhere. Okay? A direct agency, New York Q models, LA Q models, Chicago Q models. I'm just using my agency as an example. Like, that's a direct agency. They will book you for anything in that area. You see what I'm saying? If you're with a New York direct agency, you are going to only be booked for New York from that agency. If you're with a mother agency, they're going to try to get you everywhere. They're going to, if they have jobs, they'll try to get you into that shit. Because they're just normally really well connected people. That's like what I have come to understand about the difference between a mother agency and a direct agency. Again, you don't need to do a mother agency, but it is really helpful. Just take into account that mother agencies will take a additional 5% of whatever job you get. So let's say mother agency, your mother agency's name is Dibs, all right? And they signed you to AF94, okay? AF94 just booked you on $1,000 job. Dibs agency, your mother agency, is still getting 5% of that job, okay? And AF94 agency is getting 20% because they're a direct one. They booked you the job. That job wouldn't be booked without Dibs getting you to that agency. So yeah, Dibs is gonna take a 5%, while this takes 20% because they technically got you the whole job. You see what I'm saying? So there's always a correlation. So now that's 25%. Sometimes they do a little split where it's like, okay, maybe this is 15 and this is 5 and 20% is the whole take. But yeah, that kind of ties into the contracts that you are signing. After you do your little Zoom, you submit, you have callbacks, like whatever, they're gonna send you a contract and you need to read that contract. Matter of fact, you can get fucked up. You actually can get played if you don't read the contract correctly. Like, first of all, a typical modeling contract, off of what I understand, is probably going to be 3 years initially. Gulp. Maybe there are contracts that are 1 year, but I haven't heard of them yet. I'm sure that like that's something that maybe you can negotiate, but you can also do like little trial runs where it's like, okay, if they're not open to negotiating a 3-year contract, can we do a 3-month run where you act as my agency and I see how you do with pulling me income, getting me jobs, all that stuff. But yeah, the contracts be long. So this is why I'm like telling you all of this research and like reaching out to other models signed is so important, because it is such a long commitment and it's hard to get out of those contracts sometimes. That's why it's really important to read the fine print. I've seen a lot of my friends get into really sticky situations and they can't get out of their contract. Don't be scared to ask to tweak it. Like, just know your girth. Know your girth. Know your girth. I feel like the last section that I really want to talk about, and this is honestly, I feel like the most important one, is the biggest thing stopping a lot of people from modeling is themselves. And I feel like, you know, going over my past mistakes and stuff like that, I think something that I really freaking regret is the lack of confidence in myself, because I feel like I could have been doing this way freaking earlier if I just was a little bit more confident in myself. Even in the DMs I get, I just feel like a lot of the comments, like, y'all stay making snarky ass comments about yourself. And that's how I was as well at a point in time. but you can't, bro. Like, you actually have to be your biggest motivator because this industry will tear you the fuck down. I used to go into castings like with this mentality, like, I don't know if I'm a kid, like, I don't know, just all the girls here are so pretty. So fucking true. Everything I just said, so fucking true. Putting it out into the universe, oh, so fucking disgusting. If you are looking to pursue this job, you actually have to be your biggest supporter. I see all these comments, I'm like, oh, I want to model, but I'm too short. I want to model, but I don't know if I'm skinny enough. I want to model, but I just don't know if I fit the criteria. There is no fucking criteria. Are you marketable? Are you unique looking? Like, are you comfortable in front of a camera? It's so diverse. The industry is so diverse now. Y'all are thinking this is early 2000s Tyra Banks fucking, you're so fat, shave all your hair off. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. It's not that.
Guys, I'm editing and I just want to confirm that it does depend on the market that you're in and the agency that you're with. I have heard horror stories from some of the models talking about some agencies are very particular about their measurements and weight of their models. You just have to be careful on who you're signing with. I heard that's also very popular in Europe. Please continue.
That's my whole spiel. That's all the advice that I can really give you at this time. I'm not saying I'm like this fucking Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid, fucking icon, Anok fucking shit. I'm not saying all that, but I love to help in areas that I can help at. Oh, hi, Pepper. Oh, hello, babies. Your digitals don't need to be like a huge professional camera. Granted, it is great to have digitals like that. I think that's what I submitted for myself to get signed, and I think that they were great. I think lighting does kind of make the world go round, but it's not necessary. And I'm taking digitals on iPhone for my sister, and she has 2 agencies have already like gotten back to her. Anyways, I hope that this was helpful. Like, I wish I had someone to tell me all of this advice when I first started modeling, because I was just, all I really thought of was like social media baddie, and if I'm pretty I can model, and that's like just like not that's not how it works. But yeah, I say go for it. I have complete faith in y'all. I hope I get to see y'all on set one day. I'm doing the same thing that y'all are doing, by the way. If it makes you feel better, we are in this journey together, because as much as I'm signed in New York, I'm so happy with my agency. Like, I'm happy with everything. I also do want to get signed in LA and maybe Chicago. So I do have some goals out for myself. We'll be doing this together, but I hope that I could have been some type of help. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next Friday. Bye!